All right, so you just started longboarding, and now you might be feeling a little overwhelmed. Chill, I got you. The first thing I wish I knew is that no one freaking cares. Let me explain. When I first got into longboarding, I vividly remember feeling like I would be judged for my skills, for my setup. Now trust me when I say this, everyone is living in their own world, or if they are judging, it's just a reflection of themselves. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Look, I know that's easier said than done, but if there's one thing you take away from this video, it's that longboarding is one of the most welcoming communities you will ever experience in your life. And if it's really something hard for you to get past, I would recommend finding a longboard meetup in your area. Let me tell you, the human connection, it's a powerful thing. Okay, this next one is probably the most common misconception when it comes to gear. It's what I like to call the bearings myth. If you don't know, bearings are these metal circular thingies that go inside the wheels and make them spin. And most beginners put too much emphasis on them. Unless your bearings are rusted and extremely old, it's not gonna make a noticeable difference. Instead, you'll feel a bigger improvement getting larger wheels from a reputable brand. Just be careful of the dreaded wheel bite. And since we're already talking about gear, the other thing I wish I knew is the durometer myth. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, well, the durometer measures the hardness of your wheels and bushings, with 75A being soft and 100A being hard. And while it's a solid indicator, it doesn't give you the full picture. And the reason why is because the chemical mixture ratios of the wheels, aka the urethane formulas, will vary from brand to brand. So a 78A wheel from one brand can feel completely different from a 78A from another that cured and mixed their chemicals in a different way. Now, the fourth thing is that I wish I had a better understanding of the gear progression phases. Now, what am I talking about? From the comments I've seen, it's pretty clear that there are three main phases: the entry phase, the what's next phase, and the holy shiz phase. Starting out, you're in the entry phase, where it doesn't seem logical to spend a lot of money because you're just testing the waters. Once you realize the power of a longboard, you enter the what's next phase. This is where I'd say it's worth it to upgrade your wheels and bushings, which will show you the power of better equipment without spending a ton of money. Then, once you get it, you hit the holy shiz phase. You understand the importance of higher quality gear and start to see it as more than just a hobby. You realize it's an investment into your overall physical and mental health. Okay, and lastly, I wish I had someone hammer it into my little brain that there are no rules and it's up to you to interpret it. You don't have to be a kid to enjoy it. You don't have to stick to one style, and you don't have to build your setup like everyone else. There's a reason why I try to emphasize that a lot of this is just subjective and personal preference. What Tina Tomlinson is riding in Texas is just as valid as what Jimmy Jameson is riding in Jersey. If I want to ride a literal piece of wood one day, I'm gonna do it. And so, as the younger version of myself once said,
now let's do some skating.